In today's video, in this very special video, I'm going to talk about a paranormal traumatic event that happened many years ago. It all happened in the year 1999. It was Christmas time, and I went to an abandoned theater to see Deuce Bigalow, American Gigolo, and tickets were buy one get one free, so I was able to see it twice that night, and I couldn't get anybody to come with me because for some reason they just didn't want to keep watching it over and over again with me, even though I thought the movie was awesome. So there I am in the bad part of town at the abandoned theater, and there was this weird atmospheric fog happening that night that was like really extra foggy, and I was trying to walk, but the fog was, not slowing me down in any way, but it was just kind of there. And, that kind of set the mood for all the eerie things that would happen to me that night. Like, once I got in the theater, I did my usual popcorn and Maltesers and chocolate bars and all that stuff, smash it together in a big bag. Got in the theater, and it was darker than a normal theater should be. Like, it reminded me of a dream I had where I was in a dark theater, but this was like super dark in the theater, and I think some fog got on my jacket when I walked in, and it was sparsely populated, and there was just these sketchy characters in there. Like, there was a guy he seemed like he was a little bit above averagely tall, not like I've seen people this tall before, but like rare, like a rare sighting of a tall guy. And, I looked around, I tried to sit in the middle, and I tried to sit in the back, and man, I swear, like, just some sketchy characters in the theater. And I put all my Maltesers in my popcorn, and I think in the distance there was like some shadows. Like, there was shadows that almost looked like shapes on the walls, like a weird kind of protruding apparition, like haunting the theater. Like, I could feel the energy in the room. Like, it was crazy. And like, I was looking at my shirt and I thought, is this like the buttons on my shirt? One of them seemed different, and it really popped out at me that, like, whose button is on my shirt right now? It made me wonder, like, did my wife sew a different button on my shirt? Is she having an affair? Like, is this like another man's button on my clothes? And it made me wonder, like, what parts of my clothes might be on other men. And as I had this thought, that really tall man that I mentioned earlier, he sneezed, but he sneezed in a kind of like foreboding way, like a horse might sneeze, like during a, like, I can't quite explain it, but there was another person in the distance too who had like a hat, like a different kind of hat, like, like they were wearing like a hat from the 50s, like maybe like it was the ghost of a 50s hat wearing man wearing a hat. And it made me wonder, like, am I in the theater with a man who died like 40 years ago? Like, who is this man, and why is he like in the same room as me? Like, I thought it was kind of suspicious, like on Christmas Day, that this many people would want to see Deuce Bigalow, American Gigolo, or whatever the movie was called. Like who were they? Like, and what did they really want? And I noticed that, like, there was a man and a woman kind of nearby. They were holding hands and they were kind of like whispering to each other. Were they channeling spirits in the theater, like, to each other? Like, what was that about? Like, what kind of like man and woman whisper to each other, like, on a foggy night in an abandoned theater, And like, I saw this fucked up cat too in the theater too, and like, I remember that morning I tripped over my coffee table when I stubbed my face. So I kind of had like this reoccurring face pain, almost like a ghost was poking my face. like, you know, you gotta wonder, like what kind of, you know, spirits are in the theater. And then, like, you know, I dropped my Malteser in the dark, and I tried to pick it up, and, you know, I smashed my face again. And I'm looking around for this Malteser, and it's gone. Like, like, how does a Malteser disappear off the planet? I think it went into another dimension, like a multi-dimensional Malteser mystery. Like, everything about that night was freaky. And then I had to leave, you know. I tried to leave, and I did. And I don't know how I survived. Sometimes I stay up late at night and I'm just thinking, what if I never got out of there? Like, it was terrifying. Like, there was nothing scarier than being in a room full of people trying to watch a movie with, like, a slightly tall guy and, you know, a Malteser just like disappearing. And, like, is this even my shirt? I don't even know. Like, how does, you know, you got, I mean, I can't even say, like, what happened that night. Somehow I got home, and, like, all the trees were rustling, like a lot of rustly, like, excessively rustling trees. And then, like, you know, I saw a guy on a pedal bike, and he was shaped like a goat somehow, like a satanic goat with the backwards legs, you know? And, like, I just don't know. I just don't know what happened that night. And then, like, 20 years later, that theater is gone. Like, it just disappeared. There's nothing there anymore. Like, it's just a parking lot now. And it makes me wonder, was that theater ever there? Like, sometimes you just, you know, paranormal theater stories, like, you know, you gotta watch out because they'll get you. You get to those fucking, you know, you bring it, and then fucking gets you real good right in the theater. So yeah, like, watch out, you guys. Like, be careful out there because paranormal shit is afoot. It's afoot all the way. And I guess that's all I can say right now about that. But getting it off my chest didn't help. I mean, there's no solution to the mysteries there. But I had to share that story, so there you go. All right, that's yeah. That's why you don't fucking go to theaters, you know. All right, good times.